Hello, this is Stephen Post, and this is my video reflection of my time in the Masters of Educational Technology program at Boise State University. In this video, we will take a look at the following. First, we'll look at my background in the events that led me to the Boise State EdTech program. Second, we'll look at some key courses and projects that helped in my growth and development during my time in the EdTech program. Third, we'll look at some conferences that I participated in at Ohio State University and see how my experience in the EdTech program led me to not only be a participant but lead in presentations in those conferences. And then finally, we'll look at what the future has to hold in the months and years ahead. Thank you for watching. Let's get started.
These are just a few snapshots of activities and things I'm involved with. Of course, my family has been very supportive in this process. Former sousaphone player in the OSU marching band, and currently very active in cycling and multi-sports such as triathlon and duathlons. Whenever I tell people I'm taking classes at Boise State, I always get comments about the commute and how rough that's got to be. And luckily, I don't have to travel the 1,987 miles each way to take classes. I can just go to my computer and get started from there. The nice thing about this program is being able to just go downstairs into my office, go to my computer, get to work and log on and see what I have to do for the day. Everything that's happened in this program has happened right here. As I mentioned before, I'm a former member of the OSU marching band. That's where I started my academic career, studying elementary education and communications, but then made the switch from Ohio State over to Ohio Dominican, at the time college, now university, and finished my degree in elementary education with a focus in social studies, and from then on began my teaching career. I currently serve as a private tutor for students in grades K through 12, variety of subjects. This is my website, The Learning Guy. You can check me out, thelearningguy.com. Prior to this, I was a classroom teacher, grades 1 through 8, in a variety of subjects and schools in North Carolina and in Ohio. But pursuing my master's degree, I am looking to go beyond this and be able to do work that focuses in instructional design and educational technology. I ended up at Otterbein College through another one of my interests and passions, actually to work in this building here as a basketball coach. I was a middle school coach, girls coach for a long time, and there I am sitting on the bench as an assistant coach for the Otterbein women's basketball team. It was a great opportunity, and actually through that opportunity, I took some courses and learned a little bit of animation and design. Really enjoyed the class. I think that got me started. This is an example of a Pac-Man board. It actually has a little animation floating board to it. This is a 3D rendering of my Cannondale bicycle that I did. And then the final one that I really enjoyed working on the most, this is a model of the gym at Otterbein. So it was a wonderful opportunity. It got me started thinking of technology. Actually, reading this book, The Global Achievement Gap by Tony Wagner, really got me focused in going after my master's and working in an area like educational technology that can make a difference with children and adults. And that's what led me to Boise State. And I searched long and hard trying to find a program that fit, and the EdTech program here, as far as I was concerned, was second to none. Each fall I started here in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, just tied in with our family vacations. Weird to start in the sun and sand and end in the snow, but I guess that's a benefit of taking an online course. In my first semester, I took Internet for Educators, and it was a really good opportunity for me to learn how to build websites using HTML and CSS code, how they work together and flow to create aesthetically pleasing pages that are functional. As you can see by this example, this was about as basic as I would get. And the little bit of fade was really big time. Here it starts to evolve a little bit, and through a couple of the other activities, started to get more comfortable with building websites to the point where I create this in my virtual tour where I can customize the header and footer, be able to add things like Google Maps and make it interactive, where I can have a YouTube video pop up for different activities within the site. Very, very eye-opening as to how you can create these things and make them interactive for students and any type of learner. The multiple intelligence web quests I created really helped to give me experience in layering a website together through the different pages and how they tie in, even to the point of setting up a section for the students and then be able to put kind of a teacher edition together where the lesson plan and everything is laid out for them very neatly. In the fall of 2010, I took online course design, took all that information in building websites and designed my Triathlon 101 course, being able actually to set up 2 websites. This course design goes through the initial planning, which you can see here. Using Glogster is a great visual resource tool in planning and mapping out my entire course, the objectives, resources I would need. And all that tied in really great when it was time to put it into Moodle, which I'd used taking courses but never building a course. So that was a wonderful experience in being able to utilize all the different tools that Moodle had. For example, you can see all the resources that I needed to put together and make available for my students taking this course, from video clips to syllabus assignments. Here's an example of a video clip here that a student would use for this course, and then being able to bring in some collaborative work such as discussion boards and coming up with appropriate content that would help kind of guide them through their learning process. Instructional message design, which I also took in fall of 2010, really kind of challenged me in what I thought I understood in terms of using color, spacing, all different kinds of graphic theory. I really learned, even designing these, what look like maybe simple graphics, the thought process that goes in so that the message is brought across to the learner is very key and important. And being able to take all of these graphics and utilize them into one cohesive website was a really great opportunity for me to be able to put all this together and build something from scratch. I did everything in Fireworks, rotated it over into Dreamweaver to create a seamless site. So all my experience in educational technology led me back to Ohio State to participate in conferences and workshops on educational technology, and gave me the opportunity to take what I learned in my courses and see how I could hold my own with other like-minded people. Started with the Enroll Ohio workshops that different workshops take place throughout the state, gathering people from community colleges, technical colleges, universities around Ohio. I had the opportunity to actually meet with the president of the Board of Regents and introduce myself as that Boise guy. So that was an interesting way to get started. The CRR conference, actually unconference, was a unique experience in the fact that the unconference has no set agenda until you get there. It has an overall theme, which was, shared responsibilities in digital economy. Through this, we worked together, actually created a white paper here. Everybody in each section, once we decided what it was we wanted to talk about, different activities, took notes. From each thing, we had people on Twitter sending out notes and information. Then we come up with a summary here based off of the different workshops and meetings that we had. It was really neat to talk to some people from not only university but kind of corporate backgrounds as well to get their insight on how they use technology in education and areas they're looking to improve at. Well, my big breakout moment happened last May at the Innovate conference at Ohio State, where for the first time I actually sent in a proposal for a presentation, and it got accepted to talk about online learning and the experiences students have. And there I am as part of the session. In our session, we had people who were taking online courses, some undergraduate students, some non-traditional students like myself going back. And actually what's interesting is the session before, these ladies are all individuals who at OSU are doing some type of online teaching, whether it's they've started a course and in the middle of designing a course, or they have been teaching online courses for a long time. So I sat in on that group, and it was interesting to get their perspective, then in turn come back and listen to our points of view. And what was very exciting was afterwards there was a lot of buzz throughout the rest of the day about our session and the interest that a lot of the faculty and staff had listening to the student perspective. The next day, I attended the Exploring Learning Technologies unconference, similar to the other unconference. There's no set agenda, just an overall theme, and then we broke down into what the agenda was for the day. By this time, I was starting to get some momentum. I was known as that Boise guy with the educational technology program, and being able to hold my own with other people. So it was a really good experience. This April, my presentation in the EdTech world will kind of come full circle. Last spring, I talked about my beginning experiences of online learning, and now I will be presenting my own individual session discussing how to develop a professional online presence using eportfolios. So a lot of what I'm doing with this course and in this entire program, I will put on display and showcase in my presentations at OSU. They wanted to have presenters that brought to the table kind of engaging ideas for students and faculty. So all the work that's been done in this program, I'm very excited to be able to showcase my process and what I've learned to all of those at Ohio State. So here are just a few of the words that came to mind as I was going through this project, and thought I'd put them down in kind of a creative way. It's kind of nice to use an online tool to help with your brainstorming process, and just some of the key words from my time in this program.
Looking back, the past 2 years have flown by. I've enjoyed all the challenges of my classes and the insight from my professors and my classmates. I feel like I've gained confidence in my ability to be a leader in educational technology. Currently, I'm looking to pursue a career working in instructional design and plan to one day teach courses in educational technology. Thank you to my classmates, professors, and advisors for your guidance and encouragement. And thank you to Boise State University for providing me the opportunity to achieve my goal of a master's degree through the EdTech department and the Masters of Educational Technology. I know I'll be back online shortly to continue my professional development, because there's a lot of courses I'd still like to take. Until then, thank you for watching. Goodbye.